Technology. Is it working now? Vad händer? Herregud. Funkar det nu? Funkar det nu? Are we live now? I think it's working now. Yes? Guys, can you confirm that everything is cool? In the chat, I had some technical issues, but I think... Yo, what's up? TRT or Belfort? I recognize you. You mostly interact on the streams, right? More than the comments. It's all good now. Good. Good. I'm happy. Unfortunately, apparently I can't have any music. I prepare some royalty-free music, but it seems like the music was what crashed the stream all over. Hello, Svacka, Barakat, good to see you. Maximilian Mus, are you some kind of... hi to you. Hi, Maximilian. Are you some kind of German muscle guy? Verified and all, I see. Very much like me. But I'm a special case with the verification. Jay is here. Jay, everyone can thank Jay for this stream because I wanted to have a 20K subscriber live stream. Like the stream, by the way, guys. Yeah, I wanted a 20K subscriber live stream, but we didn't quite reach 20K. And I wasn't going to do any stream, but Jay had asked, can you do a neck training stream on Sunday? So, just to show that I'm a man of the people, I put my neck training off to later, until now. Okay, I would usually do it in the morning before clients. So I show up to my client's call with a thick, engorged, vascular neck, you know, to come off extra professional. But today, thanks to Jay, I'm training neck today with you guys. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully, and quite likely, we're going to have the 20K subscriber live stream next week, but you guys, you gotta make it worth it because yeah, you know, I love to do live streams, but I'm just not gonna do them when they're not appreciated. So interact in the chat, send super chats. You have a stream today, next Sunday. You guys determine if there are gonna be more streams, okay? So I'm gonna start training soon. I just want to say hi to everyone here. TRT or Belfort, I comment sometimes, but I do get active in streams. Yeah. And it haven't been as many streams lately. So, and Maximilian said, haha, no, but that would be cool. It's just Maximilian and Mus. I think Mys is muscle in German. But okay, tell me about your channel because I cannot see it right now. If I was on the computer, I could take a quick look at the same time. Silas Schmidt, hey Theo, what's up? Silas or Silas? Danny da Silva, sup y'all, sup Danny. James Sweetland, congrats on your growth, dude. And a little flex. Bicep, thanks, man. Miyahi, hi, King. What's up, little King? Jay is just being all smug that he got his live stream as requested about the neck. John, what do you think about early to mid-silver era bodybuilding, 1930 to 1959? I don't think too much of it, you know. I'm strange in that way, but I'm just not, even with things related to what I do and that, I'm just not super interested to know in what was going on way before I was going around. I'm interested in today's era bodybuilding, training right now. So, you know, that's not to say that I never listen or take anything in from anyone else, but it's like, guys, when you are what I do, you understand that I don't take in too much. I don't look to too many others for inspiration because I have my thing going, you know. So yeah, the little I know of those guys, of course, it's before steroids and things. It's like there's a lot of inspiration to be taken, but me personally, just not have it so much. Good afternoon, James. I'm gonna have to go start training soon, but I'm happy that you talk a lot, guys. James Brightman, good afternoon, good afternoon. Lesio de Sousa, a member of the channel, morning from Brazil. Morning, Lesio. TRT or Belfort, also thank you for the words of wisdom of hedonism. Well, you're welcome. The Dakota Logs, thanks for being here for this old soldier up off his lazy ass and back into the gym. Never been better shape in my life. Well, man, to me, the little I know of you, you don't seem like someone that's necessarily lazy. Maybe you feel that way from being, but you know, you went to war and had PTSD and shit. So, you know, I wouldn't describe you as lazy necessarily. Of course, I don't know everything, but I'm happy. And you seem to be doing well. Maximilianus, I just do some trolling vids and I'm Swedish like you. Okay, but my channel is very dead. By the way, what do you think about talking to people who don't have similar goals? Is it worth it? It depends on what you mean, you know. If I just shoot the shit a little bit, but of course, that's the thing I've talked about sometimes when guys think they're gonna like be my friend, you know, but they're still all into like going out, getting drunk, trying to hook up with girls, maybe even doing drugs and shit, you know. But then they kind of, you know, they go to the gym and want to be, so they think we're gonna be bros or something. That doesn't work. But of course, if a guy like this just knows his place a little bit and just someone, for instance, that I can talk a bit in the gym with or something, sure. But do you see what I mean? I wouldn't spend a lot of time with people who don't have similar goals. uh, let's see. Belmont Beaufort. Hello, Theo. Thank you for all the time and energy you put into this channel. I can't activate sound, unfortunately, but I wanted to ask if you could create a new playlist on your channel with all your Professor Blackboard videos in it, plus the Uncommon Sense Fitness and Philosophy in it. Yeah, I really should get around to doing playlists. Unfortunately, if I was doing a stream at home, I would take a note. I can't go on, but I'll try to remember to write that down because it's something I keep thinking about that I should just make everything a little bit more accessible in that way. Guda Smith is be interested to know your opinion on the golden one. My opinion is that I am so sick. Like, I'm so sick of the golden one, the golden one, the golden one. No offense to you, but it's like, I am me. I don't give a shit about the golden one, really. You know, good guy, similar to me in many ways. We have some mutual friends. I always met him once, but I haven't, you know, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I understand people that see people online that see, oh, you're kind of similar to this guy and that, but to me, it's just like the golden one is just some fucking guy on YouTube to me, you know. Like I have never watched him much. I don't think about him at all. He's a good guy, but it's like I'm not interested very much for myself. Jay, think I'm gonna do the towel in mouth kind of neck extension, having plates on the back of my head. Do not feel that good. Neck curls with easy bar is good though. Yeah, and speaking of that, let's get to the warm up set. Let's do. I tried to prepare everything so I could be quite smooth here. But yeah, let's do the warm up sets with a towel in mouth thingy. So this is not something I recommend going super heavy on. Like I've actually been looking for something better than a towel to use for this, something that just, you know, fits the teeth better. This feels okay when you don't go too heavy, but when I tried to experiment with heavier, it starts to pull in a way that doesn't feel all that good. But for warm-up sets, definitely doesn't matter much. So with this, it's just 8 kilos. I'll usually do like 20 reps or something, just for first warm-up set with this. So quiet. I prepare music, but like I said, the music seems to shut down the stream. Like even not for copyright, but the app crashes. So it's so so quiet when I do something like that. Jay said to ban the name, the golden one. That's the thing. I wouldn't want to have to, and I'm sorry for the people that has to take a little bit of my like irritation over it. But that's, you know, you learn a lot. You know, I try to be open. I try to, while I want to be professional and everything, I want to be open the way I always share personal thing. What my experience is like just being a guy with a YouTube channel that grows. And there are some things, like for instance, getting asked the same thing over and over and over and over, and especially when it's something like, I don't give a shit about this, you know, that people ask about, I don't know, fasting or something over and over. It's like, yeah, makes sense. I teach those things, you know. It's like the golden one, the golden one, the golden one. It's like, yeah, well, he exists. I know. I'm very aware at this point. um, mm, What's the brand of your neck harness? Jay asked. So it's people have asked me that, and it's just a random one from like the one big fitness brand in Greece when I lived there. It's called like X Fit or something. There's nothing special about it. It's not bad. It's not good. It's like I don't recommend it. I don't recommend against it. It's honestly, it's one of those things that I'm sure, like if you're really into it, you can buy like a more expensive one. But honestly, anything that can make you hang weight from here that doesn't break and doesn't like, I don't know, cause friction or something is good enough. Maximilian said in Swedish, he asked me, let's say it this way. Vet inte om du bryr dig om det här, men det är viktigt att ta bort sig från hemsidor med utgivningsbevis, speciellt när man har fans på YouTube och sånt, för att undvika stalkers. Du får gärna skriva mer till mig på Instagram och förklara, för jag vet inte exakt vad det där innebär. Min Instagram är i beskrivningen, @uncommonsensetheo. Men tack för tipset, men bara så inte prata om det nu och på svenska för alla. Going back to English. He also asked how many steps I walk in a day. So look, this summer it's been a lot. Like my average, surely because some days are way lower when it's like a rainy day and I'm more passive. But I'm sure my average has been like 15K because many days over, but usually at least 10K. And then there's the odd day with way less, like maybe, 6,000 or something because it's like a rainy day. In the winter, it's going to be less on average. Maybe I'll get down to like a 10K average. And that's going to look like not even getting 10K on many days, but on the odd day, take a long walk. And it's seasonal. A lot of it is seasonal, but also will kind of help with bulking. Like I stay so very active in the summer, and then in the winter I eat more, train for progress, and move a bit, like do more intensely the weight stuff and just a little bit less of everything else. Yeah, that just put me in a trance-like state, watching someone do neck exercise in his completely quiet basement, watching your eyes kind of go in circles anytime you go up. Yeah, the thing is, I also have a, what do you say that? Like, when I'm not cross-eyed, but I can cross my eyes. Like, so specifically when I look up, look, this kind of thing happens. But yeah, I sometimes think there's something beautiful to that. It's something, motivation. It's going to be like this heavily edited clip and heavy music, or just a guy in his basement, all quiet. When I filmed my squats sometimes in the old basement gym, it just occurred to me, I watched the clip, like, it's just me grunting and doing squats. It's nothing else. Okej, Maximilian, jag ser vad du säger. Jag ska kolla på det. Tack för tipset. Jay, my harness is fucking trash. Yeah, well, maybe get a new one. I mean, you don't have to invest much in a decent. Mine cost what could cost 20 euros or something. But let's go on. So now one heavier mouth thingy set. And now, thanks to me, we've drawn attention to my, like, crossing my eyes at the top of every rep. That's enough with that one. So move on. Let's do one. Like, I'm doing it a bit differently than I typically do it now for the stream. But let's do one. I like to do them in a cable machine. Let's do one warm-up set, one real working set. Let's see what you said before then. Aruna, my bad, Mia said, no, that's fine. I'm here to entertain as well. If you have fun at my crazy eyes, please do. Arunas Mitrofanovas, does the neck increase in size decently on bulk without actually training it? I mean, you can get fatter around the neck if you put on weight, if that's what you mean. And of course, a little bit, I'm sure that, especially on the back, when you do like deadlifts and rowing motions, you're going to train the neck a bit. And the front, I mean, I guess probably a little bit of indirect work somehow from all the big like, movements, you know. But I would say the front would be more important to isolate. Um, but yeah, I mean, of course, you get fat everywhere eventually if you just eat enough. Scientist Battle, I'm about to go have an uncommon breakfast. Keep up the good work. Well, enjoy and thank you, I will. Um, Shipfire, maybe you have an astigmatism, but isn't that when you just see, you know, you don't see completely straight, that things are a little like this? That's not the thing. I just have, you know, this happened more for me when I was little. I remember I had to wear like an eye patch or something. Or did I? I didn't have to, I think. Maybe they just, there was talk of me having to do it. But anyway, I've learned to control it. I can look up without doing it, but I guess it was more out of control before. Inga problem. Like the stream if you haven't, guys. Keep talking. I'm gonna go hit a set soon. Sapphire, you have a strong jaw and beautiful hair. How you grow it long, you would look like, have you grown it long? But I'm growing it long right now. This is the longest it's been in a long time, and I'm gonna let it be, I mean, at least something like this. Now when I've gotten this far, right? But well, thank you. Um, yeah. It's so funny, you know. People have that's another thing. We're going to talk about gaining a following. People have lots of opinions on what I should do with my looks, you know. Like many guys kind of ask. Some guys is like they hate my hair, you know. They like me, but it's like they really want me to get a proper haircut, you know. And some want me to buzz it all off. Some is like, yeah, grow it out. But seems like I'm the one that cares the least about my hair. Like honestly, I would if it wasn't. I realized that because people comment on my hair that I should probably like make something out of it, being a visual worker like this. But I would like it's so nice to just bzzz everything, you know. Um, Randy Fernandez, in my opinion, your abs are your strongest point. Is it necessary to train abs with weight, or is body weight ab training better? It's absolutely necessary to train it with weight if you want good abs. Like, look, it doesn't really matter if it's. I try to so much on this channel, guys, make you understand what it's actually about instead of telling you train abs with weight because that's better than body weight. The idea is just that you have to challenge the abs in a certain way, on a certain level. Whether that happens with weight or with body weight doesn't matter. Do you understand? If you train your abs in what I would suggest, the 8 to 20 rep range, but whatever rep you do is too or close to failure, and you progressively overload, if you could find an ab movement that's challenging enough without weight, just body weight, that would work. But most likely you are not. Most likely, at least at some point, you're gonna want to add weight to a body weight crunch or something, right? So you see, it's not like, oh, is it better to? Well, it depends on your level. The idea is stimulate in that rep range that leads to muscle growth and progressively overload, weight or not. Belfont Beaufort. Guys, for those of you who don't have time to watch Theo's 5 years progressions videos, in my humble opinion, I suggest to at least watch his Uncommon Sense Fitness and Philosophy video from last year. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you saw that video. Do you understand that that's a video when I at the time when I put out that I did not feel good. I had a very tough time. I feel very lost with work. Things are going very slow. And I'm just like, I try to put out what's helpful. And that's like a long lecture on pretty much everything I include in holistic bodybuilding, pretty much, you know. It's like a lecture. It's over an hour, maybe two. I don't remember. But I'm glad you bring attention to that. Like, specifically a thing like that, you know. It would have meant a lot to that guy back then to know that someone had use for that. Because back then I could barely tell when people had use for stuff I did, right? Not barely, I shouldn't say that, but now it's more obvious, right? With a larger following, you get feedback more often. Um, Hi, Brian Kettaren says, hi, Brian. Mia, he. Okay, they're talking about their vision. Pink supremacy. Läget, broder. Guys, I know this guy, but please, Swedes, speak English for the sake of everyone else. It becomes a little, you know, not inclusive when I go suddenly switch to Swedish for you. It's one thing when you write to me personally, right? But he says pretty much, what's up, brother? Is it just me, or has the entirety of Sweden become a South Park episode with e-bikes or e-scooters everywhere? By the way, getting a little Clarence Kennedy vibes from the basement gym. I like that. Clarence Kennedy is vegan, though. I'm not, definitely not. But I like him. He's a very impressive guy. But yeah. I mean, one of my top-rated comments on YouTube once. I don't. It was some transgender video from More Plates, More Dates, and I commented that the world is literally a South Park episode at this point. That was one of the like thousands of likes on that comment. So it's not just Sweden, I think, but it's like everything. You know what? You guys talk a lot, which I enjoy, but I gotta. Even if I take a little longer breaks on a stream like this, I gotta do something here now. Hey, where's the little hook? Ah. This is like a moderate set, like between warm-up and working set. Do like 10 reps here. So you see, I always try to get a good stretch on the neck. Here's a maximum stretch. Extend. Alright. So with weight, I like you get a slightly better stretch when you use the weight. But with a cable, it's a way more even resistance curve. So if I have to pick one, I prefer the cable for this one, but both are good, of course. J. Where? Jalen asks, is it possible to be happy working 9 to 5? So the thing is, as someone who has worked some 9 to 5s, but also some unusual jobs even before this, and now doing his own thing, right? I've thought a lot about it, and of course there's a lot of upsides when you do your own thing. It's like, yeah, it's your own thing. You create your job, sort of. You don't necessarily just get paid for your time, but the value you bring. You can choose things a little bit like that. But also there's a lot of own responsibility. So when you're someone like me that is a sort of leader person, it's good to work for myself because I am someone that leads myself well, and when I do I'm good at being my own boss. But when you have the things you don't like doing, like admin stuff, I'm not good at, right? And that's when it would be nice to answer to someone, kinda. So there's ups and downsides. With a 9 to 5, I'll say if it's like satisfying enough for you, either just the actual what you do, or just the way, with your colleagues, you like the place, you feel like appreciated there, the terms are fair, like sometimes when you have a 9 to 5 even, you can be a bit more flexible because the workplace allows it and that. So, I don't think black and white about it. Like, I don't want to just say that all 9 to 5 is soul-sucking 9 to 5s. It's like, yeah, for a lot of people it's like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. There's nothing you have to do. You don't have to have your own business to be happy, even though I'd recommend it to many, of course, but I can see many that have some kind of 9 to 5 situation that they're happy with. Like the stream, guys, please. Maybe send a super chat too if you like these streams and we want more of them. Jay, people never mind their own business when it comes from hair. I want to keep my Rambo hair. People want me to get a buzz cut. Like, bro, I don't want to look like Minecraft Steve. You know, I don't give a shit. Like, there's other things people comment about that like annoy me more. It's just interesting to know that, man, people really care about my hair, apparently. I guess it is also because when you're Swedish, you're kind of like here, it's not exotic to be blonde and blue-eyed, but I guess my look is a bit exotic to many people that tune in. Arunas Mitrofanovas. I have no equipment, but you motivate me to start training neck at least with body weight. Look, you can easily, you don't need any equipment to train the front, especially. And you're going to see that. I'm going to do one working set of this, and then we're going to switch to the front. I'll show you. You can start doing that. You don't have a high weight, but just put a little weight plate on your head. Yeah. Thick. 11335. Should you take rest days? Do you think that's a good question? Like, try again. Who? What? How much do you train? How advanced are you? Should you take rest days for what purpose? You know, like, these are questions I feel like, you know, the way I'm answering it is actually to help you, right? Like, fucking put some effort into asking a proper question. Like, what is it you actually want to know? Right? Should you take rest days? It's like, do you think that's a yes or no question? And I don't want to hold a speech about every single person's situation with that. Jay, chest day tomorrow, and yeah, he's celebrating a little bit with Amoi's upper body for me on Mondays for almost 3 years now. So chest too. Some guys talking about their vision again. Giorgio Land, are you doing semen retention? If so, and you believe in that practice, how long have you been into it? No, I don't really. You know, I've been a vol cell for over 5 years, and you know, I've done low FAP. I'd call it not no FAP completely, but low FAP, and I just think, you know, you shouldn't be degenerate and watch porn and jerk off all the time. I also think it's a strange thing to permanently be retaining semen. I don't think it's natural at all. So, as always, some kind of balanced approach is what I suggest, you know. Like, don't be an addict, don't be a complete slave to this, you know, but that you do it. It's like, it's natural. Svire, do you have videos for doing abs with weights, Thor? Lol. There is one old video, if you search. I wish, you know, I am gonna do the playlist, you know, but guys, you know that there is a search function. Even if you click in on the channel, at least on the computer, I don't know on the phone, but you can search the channel for words. If you search abs, you'll find a few videos here. But I just yesterday put out one with a good weighted exercise that I'm very excited about. And I talked a bit more generally about abs, and I asked on that video, guys, tell me if you want the full training abs video. It has like 900 views now. No one told me that they wanted abs video, so I guess we're not doing one, right?